This YouTube fired up there. If anybody ever needs to look for trainings, they are in our YouTube channel, Kerry Miller TV. It's actually Kerry Miller TV 1. Just go to Kerry Miller TV 1 and you will be able to find the training videos. Tonight, we're going to go over one specific item, as I was just talking about in the pre-show. Before we went live, let me make sure this fires off here and does record. You always go live YouTube. I know some people do live Facebook, but this is just another channel for us to reach out and catch everybody. There we go. It's live. So welcome to tonight's training. Can everybody see my screen? Can everybody see the microphone that says Kerry on it and all that stuff? And I think I saw my good buddy Jerry Dietrich drop in a while ago. So it's always good to see him. Everybody's in, starting to fill up really quick. We're going to give it about 30 more seconds here, and then we're going to get started. Hey, Jerry, how you doing, buddy? We're going to be talking about the beacons tonight, how to set up the beacons. We're going to briefly go over the platform from last week. So while we're waiting on a couple more people to get in, tonight's training will probably be it'll be less than 30 minutes. Because next week we're going to go through markdown cards. And when we go through markdown cards is going to take the entire, probably will take the entire hour. So, because we're going to talk about setting up beacons and placing them and putting them in businesses and how to use them and so forth. But tonight we're going to actually talk about the beacons. Can everybody see my beacon dashboard? Can everybody see the dashboard on here now? Yes, awesome. Hey, Chad, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. Good to have you. Chad's from up in Iowa, and he's new to the Beacon family, and it's good to have him on tonight. And Chad's got to be breaking away, so we're going to kind of keep this going here. Hang on just 1 second. Seems like every week somebody can't get in or does get in or whatever. But anyway, it's good to have everybody. So let's quickly do a quick overview of where we went last week. This is the dashboard when you sign into your dashboard. Awesome, Chad. When you sign into your dashboard, this is what you see. You'll see your notifying beacons. Your notifying beacons are the beacons that are being picked up at this very moment, okay? Sometimes it'll take it 2 or 3 times for it to pass through the system. It has to go through the app. The app actually communicates with the NearBee app communicates with the platform, and then the platform updates the data about every 30 seconds to a minute. So if your beacon is showing dormant, that means that your beacon has not been seen. Now, this is one of the things that happens. When you get the beacon, most people don't turn them on. They just click the switch and don't turn them on. I put a video out, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago. When you hold the button in, wait until it turns blue, a steady blue. That's when the beacon is on. It takes about 5 to 15 seconds. When you push it in again, you hold it, and when it blinks, that means the beacon's off. So the beacon's on when it's solid blue. The beacon is off when it's flashing blue, okay? And if it's turned off, your beacon will go dormant after 7 days. So let's say that you turn your beacon off and you see it for 6 days and it keeps showing that it's active. It only goes inactive and dormant after 7 days, okay? There is really no reason to turn these beacons on and turn them off. The pocket beacon lasts about 2 years. The E2 beacon, the big beacon, lasts about 5. On max power. So, there's really no reason to turn them on and off. I leave them on all the time. I've got them on all over my office. And you can see here, like today, these 2 beacons, I received 126 notifications. Obviously, I didn't click on them. If I would have clicked on them, and you probably just saw that update, I did not click on them. So there is no clicks and there is no click-throughs. And that is for today. If you will remember, I said that today is today. The last 7 days is yesterday and previous. The last 30 days does not include the day. The last 90 days does not include today. Only today includes today. Usually what happens is people will look at the last 7 days and they don't see anything happening today. So the last 7 days is everything previous to today. The best performing beacons, if you have multiple beacons in your platform, you can, what about the keychain? The keychain is going to last about 9 months. You can't turn the keychain off. The keychain, if they're maxed out, depending on if it's a heavy area, the keychain could burn in as little as 6 months. And the keychain is always on. There's no way to turn the keychain off. The only way to turn the keychain off is take the battery out. Now, when the keychain goes dormant, okay, when a beacon goes dormant, excuse me, I had to pick up my dog. When the beacon goes dormant, let's say that it's in an area, it's in a dresser drawer, somebody's whatever, and it's not receiving a signal, it'll go dormant. When the beacons go dormant, they no longer use battery. Okay, they no longer use battery. After 30 minutes of not seeing a notification, the beacons they don't shut down, they go in sleep mode. Okay, and as soon as an app comes in the area, then it'll turn back on. And so that's what allows the beacons to last for as long as they do. But the keychain beacons, they're kind of, I call them throwaway beacons. You know, they're not waterproof. They're to put on your keychain. Be prepared to change the battery. Now, if you bring the keychain down, you know, everybody wants the beacons maxed out. We're going to talk about that next week when we go into markdown cards about maxing the beacons out and where you want to put them. But if you don't max the keychain out, you're going to get about a year to 18 months out of them. So, and that's at about, the keychain is somewhere around 200 feet is what the broadcast range is maxed out. You know, if you bring it down to 100 feet, you're going to get a lot more out of the battery. But keychain batteries burn quick, especially in a hot area where there's a lot of notifications going out. Because that's, you know, as just like anything else, when something's being used, when you turn on your car battery, you'll see your alternator flicker because you're using more battery. This is no different. You know, you're using more battery. And these are just little watch batteries. I think that was Jerry that asked that question a while ago. These are just little watch batteries. So the more juice you use, the quicker you burn them down. So, but this is the dashboard. Places, we discussed places last week, and I want to go through this real quick. It's very easy to add a place, and you want to make the place immediately when you get the beacon, and or place the beacon so that you know where it's at. All you have to do is go into add. This all works off of Google Maps. Simply type in the place. For example, the address here. I can type in. I don't even know where Canyon Boulevard is, but oh, that's in Colorado where I was at. Okay, and we'll say Colorado. This was where I stayed when I was in Colorado. All right. And let's see, Boulder, I think it was. Let's see, Boulder. I think this condo was in Boulder. Boulder. I don't know what that address is. But we'll put Boulder, Colorado in there. And you can see it'll pull up Boulder, Colorado. I thought that was in Boulder, Colorado, but obviously it wasn't. And this uses Google Maps, okay? And this is where the college is, and this is where I stayed for quite a while. But so you can see here that it pulls up the map. Simply hit save. You put the name of the place. Make sure you put the name where the place is. And whatever the address is here, you can put the address. This actually gives you the latitude and longitude of this button right here. Okay, so you can see I moved that button, and I can put that button. Let's see, that's Goss Grove Neighborhood Garden. So if the place was actually Goss Grove Neighborhood Garden, I could literally sit that right on top of it, and then I could come over here and I can change it right here. Okay, I can say, okay, that's Goss Grove Garden, or wherever I'm putting it. You can move the map out. You can move the map in. Do whatever you want to. All right. Any questions on that real quick? I just wanted to go over that and show you guys that real quick. Any questions at all? Let's get into the beacons, and this is where we're going to stop. We are going to talk about markdown cards next week. We're going to go deep into markdown cards, how they should be used, and how to actually set up a store. I'm going to do some diagrams and show you how you would want to go and set up a store. Last week, we used a wine store as an example. If you set 5 or 6 beacons in the wine store and so forth. I'm actually going to show you some examples next week, exactly how to do that on a floor plan, and how you would set it up in accordance with what they're selling, and how to build a markdown card in accordance with where you want to drive them, and do that next week. So here's the beacons. No, I don't want to save that. Now, these are your beacons. When you go into the beacons, depending on how many beacons you have here, it depends on how many beacons that are shown on the beacon dashboard. The name, Pocket Beacon, Pocket Test, E2 Test. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. You can change these names. And if you get into large sales of beacons, like some of you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of beacons on the streets, okay? You will want to go in and change that name, and I'm going to show you. And this is the place. You can see right here why place is so important. Now, obviously, these are in my office, and they're both right here in the front room of my office. This is the serial number. Now, when I first started sending these out, they had a little paper tag on them. They still have a little paper tag on them. But I write the last 4 numbers of this in permanent ink on the back of the beacon, okay? And you'll see that on the back of your beacon. I recommend, just in case that does come off, I don't know if permanent ink comes off or not, but just in case it does, you can wipe that off and take care of that. Hang on just 1 second. Somebody's trying to get in and they just cannot get in. I told them we're going to be done in 15 minutes. Watch the replay. So right down here is the campaign. It depends on what you have it attached to. You can see that this beacon is attached to a markdown card, and we're going to go through this in just a second. And this one's attached to a custom URL. There's a few different things that you can attach to these beacons. And Chad, I'm going to show you in just a minute, because this is what I was talking about earlier that we're going to go through. Last seen is the date and time that these last seen. You can see that these were just seen. This was a 1905. So my phone obviously recycled about 10 minutes ago. So at 1905. And what you want to do is you want to come in, and this is no different than setting up a place. You want to name these things so you know where they are and what they're doing when you set them up. Extremely important. Okay, name right here, Pocket Test. So let's come over here. We're going to change this. Gary's Pocket Test. Need some WD-40 on my chair. Okay, and I'm going to come down and save this. I'm going to come back over here to beacons. And you can see that it changed the name right there. Okay, very simple. This isn't rocket science. Very easy to do. So let's go back into this beacon. This is the place. Now, obviously, you'll have multiple places. I've got Texas, the front room, and the office, okay? This happens to be the front room and the office right here. And I have chosen a markdown card. Now, you can select whatever place you want to put this beacon. Why is this important? It's going to be important when I show you the analytics. We'll do that not next week, but the next week, because forms and schedules may take in the entire training. So within the next 2 weeks, okay, schedules can get a little bit complicated. So you can place this in the place you want it to. And this is extremely important for analytics, okay, so that you know exactly what went on at that place during that time. Type of campaign. Do you want to run a markdown card? These are markdown cards. Okay, these are the markdown cards that we custom built. All right, and this happened. This is the last one. This is a distance test. This was built when NearBee first came out. Get 50% off. Let's see what that is. Okay, this is something else I was playing with. These are all dummy demos. I just come in and try to set things up and play with them. Here's one, designer gene cell. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Click here for coupons, designer gene cell, mention this notification, all designer genes 20% off with this notification. And right here, we're going to direct you, and this is what we're going to talk about next week. Others bought these shirts when buying these jeans, and the beacon will direct them to that. All right. So that's the markdown cards that are placed inside the beacon. All you do is come in and select markdown card. And now you're able to come over here, and all the markdown cards that you built are in this list, okay? And or you can create a new markdown card. We're just going to leave it on test. And now this is where you come in and you place the information that is transmitted out over that beacon, all right? So let me put my dog down because I got to type with two hands. So right here, you can select what language you're in. Okay, you can add a language. Okay, and what happens is phones are set up for language. Okay, if you're in Spain, their phone is set up. People are set up to receive Spanish. Okay, so whatever the language is, if you're in another country, and I'm in about 5 different countries with beacons, you can go in and set up the language of that country. So if you have a customer that's in Canada, and they speak French, it's one of the French Canadian areas, and they speak French, you can change this to French. Now you're going to have to type in French, obviously. Okay, it's not going to translate it for you, but what it does is it sends out the information the correct way for the phone to receive it in the language that the phone is set to. Now, most areas that I deal with, Australia, the Philippines, the UK, Canada, all of them run in English. So, but you'll select your language and make sure that this button right here, set default language, and that's what this is. English is the default language. Now, we're going to put a title in here. And let's say get a 10% coupon. Oops. Today, when downloading our app. And I'm doing this specifically for the guy that's on here from Iowa, my buddy Chad. And next time I come up, buddy, we're going to have a barbecue, and you and your wife are going to have to come down, and we're going to have a good time. Screen is not changing. Screen is frozen on your end. Wow, wow, wow. Hang on just one second. I hate when it does that. Does everybody see the little flag? Can everybody see the flag? The pointer is locked too. Let me stop share. Go back in and share. How about now? Can everybody see it? Black screen now. Wow. Here we go. Man, I tell you, I'm just about, Zoom and me is just about to. Just about to. What about now? Anybody see the screen moving now, or black for me? Anybody else see the screen, or is it still black? Black screen. Everybody see this screen where it says beacon funnels on it? Okay, let me try to flip back now. Okay, what about now? Can you see the, okay, awesome. Thank you. All right, we're back up. I don't know why this thing freezes up like that, but it does. So here we are. And so let's go back and this is actually for Chad. So I want to make sure Chad gets this because I told him I'd make sure I did this for him tonight. So he's going to do a custom URL and he's going to put his app in here, and his app is being completed as we speak. And he's going to put his URL in here, which will be https:// the name of his company and the URL, and he'll be getting that. So if you're putting an app in here, then you'll put your app URL, okay? Because it'll be a custom URL. And it says get 10%, get a 10% coupon today when downloading our app. Okay? And he's actually going to an event. And so right here, we're going to say click here. Gosh, dang, man, I can't tap. To download. All right. Now, we can actually put his icon right here, okay? And when he puts his icon right here, this is what shows up on the NearBee app. He's simply going to hit save. All you need to do is cycle this a couple of times, and that's going to change that information, okay? That will change that information. So this is now what will be seen from the NearBee app. You know, get a 10% coupon today when downloading our app. Obviously, Chad wants them to download his app, okay, his business app. So when they download his business app, they can say, hey, we downloaded your business app, and they can come get 10% off on his product. Chad's an engraver. He does custom engraving. So, or whatever he does, wherever he's at. So, but he's able to go in and change that and set that up. Now, let's say that he goes to another event, okay? Download our app today. Get a free, what are those mugs called that people engrave on? Yeti. Okay. Download it, and I'm sure he won't give away free Yetis, but maybe something close. All right. Download our app today and get a free Yeti. Maybe he's at another event, okay? And he's gonna give away 10 Yetis. And this is what's cool about this. All right. Click here to download now. Okay. So they download the app, and when he gives away, let's say he gives away 10 or 15 Yetis, right? And he can say for the first 10. And when he hits the first 10, you can log in on your phone. Let's say Chad doesn't have his computer with him. He can literally log into his phone, okay? And he can log into his phone and change that. Maybe next he wants to give away 10, I don't know, you can really engrave on anything. Maybe he wants to give them a custom keychain, or maybe he wants to give them a custom wine glass like my friend Ron did for me this weekend. You know, something cool. So he can continually do that and go in and make these changes. It's the same link to log into your phone and the same username and password as it is to log into the computer. Now, let me recommend, if you have a tablet, it's a little easier to do on a tablet, but I do these on my phone all the time, okay? Especially on my iPhone 7S because it's got a really big screen. So, you know, you can see here that he can come in and make those changes, hit save, and he's good to go. I'm not sure what this is on here. Nothing. Okay, it's an app. Let me see if I can get out of that. Okay, so that was an app. That was a mobile app. Okay. If you'll download NearBee on your phone, I tell you what I'll do. I'll save this right. I'm going to save this. If you'll download NearBee, if you'll turn on your beacon. Oh, that's not your beacon. Hang on just a second. I don't want them to see your stuff. I don't want them to see all the other stuff in here. Let me, when I get done with this, Chad, I will put this on your beacon. I'll text you and say, hey, it's on your beacon, and you'll see exactly what it looks like. How's that? I'm only about 30 minutes from finishing your app, and I'll actually put your app in there, and you can see the whole thing. So, but yeah, absolutely, buddy. And you'll see, I'll have your icon here in the whole 9 yards, and you'll see that on the NearBee. Any questions on setting up the beacon, setting up the title and description? Now, I'm going to tell you what usually happens. People will come up, okay, and these will be shut. And all it says is Eddie Stone campaign and Eddie Stone notifications. And I'll get a phone call and say, hey, everything you showed on training isn't there. All you have to do is open it up. Okay, this is the campaign. Okay, this is called the campaign. Every beacon is going to have a campaign, and this is where you set the custom URL and the custom markdown cards. You can set forms on here. Let's say that Chad was at an event and he wanted to collect data. Okay, he wanted to collect data from his beacon. What he would do is he would make sure he had a form on there so that he could get their name and phone number and email address and things that they're interested in, so he can build a list, right? And then he could go take that list. He could download it in CSV form, and then he can upload it to his, wherever he wants to upload it to. All right. Very easy to do. And we're going to go over forms in the next week or so. All right. Now you say, well, gosh, Kerry, yeah, I see the campaign. It's opened up, but I don't see the notifications. Just click on notifications, and there it is. And down here on the bottom, this happens to be the analytics for this particular beacon. Okay, it shows the analytics for this particular beacon. You can go to today, yesterday, whatever you want to do. All right, 61 notifications today. So I think it was 100. Now this, just to go to show you how, I've got both of these beacons sitting on my desk. Okay, I've been in my office since 5 o'clock this morning. And so 61 times this beacon, 60, I think it was 22 times or something like that, 126 times before I go. So every time that scans, every time my phone scans, I get a notification. Every time it scans, I get a notification. If I turned it off, then the notifications are going to stop. All right, this number would go down. This was yesterday. And you can see, now I'm in the same area every day for about the same amount of time. Yesterday was 62 notifications. The last 7 days should be 272 notifications. I was gone Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you can see where over the last 7 days, it should have been 300 and something, right? Same thing for the last 30 days, 1,457. So that's your analytics for each individual beacon. That way you don't have to go looking for them. Some of you may only have 2, 3, 5, 6 beacons. So it's kind of easy just to maneuver around. Any questions? And Chad, this video will be on YouTube on Kerry Miller TV1. Also, since you're getting ready to go out of town, I will email you this link. Shoot it to you on Facebook Messenger, and we'll get this knocked out. Any questions at all? This is pretty instantaneous. You just need to go in and change it and let it cycle maybe 2 times, if that. You usually don't have to let it cycle 2 times, but it's pretty quick. Cycle, just refresh your NearBee. Refresh the NearBee. How long does it take the signal to go out when you turn the beacon on? You have NearBee on your phone? these are really questions you guys should already know. If you have NearBee on your phone, turn your beacon on and you're going to get a notification that quick, pretty quick. I mean, it happens within seconds. I mean, as soon as it pings your phone, you're going to see that. Okay. As soon as it pings your phone, the notification is going to come up. All right. Now, let me go ahead and for those that are on that are new, if you're on an Android phone, okay, if you're on an Android phone and you go to NearBee, and I've got both phones, and I just want to point this out. When you're testing, okay, when you're in the proximity of a beacon, we have this set up to where people don't get spammed. So when you walk into the proximity of the beacon, it goes off. When you walk outside the proximity of the beacon and leave the area, then you walk back in, you're going to get it again. But what we did was we put what's called a debug mode. So if you've got your phone with you on an Android phone, it's up in the upper right-hand corner. Just click on the little cog that's for settings. And on the very bottom, it's got debug mode. And like I just turned mine on. And now I've got my phone on mute, but I'm sitting here getting a notification even as we speak. Okay. So that's for testing. You may not want to leave it on all the time. I do mine, just I don't know why, because it gets on my nerves. But you can also turn it off. On the iPhone, it's the same thing. Did you just hear my iPhone go off? It's on your nerves. It's the same thing if you will go to the NearBee app. And if you go to the upper right-hand corner, it's on the very bottom. It says debug. Use this for testing beacon notifications. All right. And simply turn it off. Turn it on. It's green on an iPhone. Turn it off. On an Android, on my phone, it's orange. I don't know what it is on yours. No, you will not get a notification if they don't download the app. They have to have the app on their phone. They have to have the NearBee app on their phone. You're going to get a notification if you got the NearBee app on your phone. So even if they don't. So I will get a notification when it sends a signal, even if they don't. Yes, yes. Yeah, the app and NearBee have nothing to do with each other as far as the apps go. The app is for the beacon. Your business app is simply your business app. But your business app is what is transmitted through and from the message board right here. So for example, custom URL, we're going to put your URL right there, and they'll be able to transmit that out. And your beacon will transmit that out to those that have the No, you will not get a notification if it picks up. They get a notification. Now you can see the notifications right here, but you're not going to know. Like if you're at a seminar or whatever you're going to, you can look here. Like see, I just cycled mine. Now I've got 63 notifications. So I gained 2 notifications on both phones. You can see the number of notifications from that venue. I see what you're asking now. And that's a great question. Thanks for that. Anyone else have any questions? And now's the best time to ask questions, because usually what happens is Chad does these things all the time. Chad does these things right here all the time, these trading things. And everybody always waits till the training's over, then says, oh, well, let me ask this question, and send him 57 messages. I see Mr. Michael Penny checked in, and he'll agree with that. You can see that in your dashboard, and I will send you your login to your dashboard. You'll be able to see the downloads in your dashboard, your actual app dashboard. Yep. You'll be able to see iOS and Android. You'll be able to see who downloads your apps. And then they can also communicate with you through your app, and it comes into your dashboard. Practice is the key. That's a great word. Practice, practice, practice. You know, I play with my stuff all the time because if I don't, I get kind of stagnant, and I do forget where things are sometimes, you know, because I got a bunch of stuff going on. You're not going to tear. It's like I tell people all the time. You're not going to tear anything up. Just go in and play with it. You know, if you delete, you can't delete the beacon because I'm the only one that can do that. You know, you can change the information and hit save and then change it back, but you're not going to tear anything up. It's just a piece of software. The beacon is separate from it, so you're not able to go in and reprogram you're not able to go in and reprogram the beacon because I have to do that. Okay, so, and once the beacon is programmed into the system, it's set. There's no changing it. Any other questions? Chad, did this get you on the right direction, buddy? Get you where you needed to go? Awesome. All right, guys. Well, we're not going to hang out, and just for the fun of it, if you need anything, awesome, buddy. If you need help, just shoot me a message, and just come and hang out with us. And on next Wednesday, and we're going to go deep into markdown cards and how the markdown cards work, and we'll be showing you that. I will tell everyone the new app program launched today. I've been in it all day, and so we will be very soon building the new apps for your clients. I will tell you now, they're not cheap. Okay, this is a step above and beyond the latest technology. So, but it is a very awesome system. So, and they're done for you. You don't have to worry about building them. You don't have to worry about complications or anything like that. You give us the information and we build them for you. So, but those we will be training on those also in the next several days, and be launching that program out. So it is ready, and it's got the. Now I'm waiting on the window cleans to come in. They were coming in, and I do have MSD window cleans, and I do have tabletops. Yes, for MSD. I thought that was somebody else. I do have window cleans and tabletops. Absolutely. Yes, sir, Mr. Dale. I saw your horses online, buddy. They are absolutely beautiful. Dale's wife is a professional horse person. I don't know what you call that. Equestrian, I guess. But all right, guys, everybody have a great evening. God bless, and I will see you on next Wednesday's training. Chad, it's good to see you here, buddy. I know you got one you're fixing to go to. Good luck on that, and thank everybody for coming out tonight.